Tá difícil falar em cima, mas tudo bem.
Fica muito ruim ficar lá embaixo.
É?
Eu acho que
muito barato.
Oh my goodness,
Tá gelando tudo, rapaz.
Okay, we're gonna make us. Okay, can we still?
Okay.
yeah.
Sir, can we still? We're gonna leave.
See.
In the front, hardly see anything. Pretty nice covered snow in the city here. This has been quite a surprise, having snow early this year. Brazil!
Vai para Brasil, hein? Vai para Brasil, hein?
You guys from Sao Paulo?
São Paulo.
Oh, okay, Sao Paulo is the largest city in Brazil, right? Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to make a first stop at the Dakota House. Yeah, this is Dakota House here. First luxury apartment built in the area here. Used to dominate this area. When it was built, it was a lonely luxury apartment built in the area here. In front of us here is the strawberry fields. You see those on the right side here today? I don't see anybody. Normally it's crowded here. Inside the park, the strawberry
Central
fields.
Park com neve, guarda. Você nunca viu, ó.
Headed by Yoko Ono. So you have no one getting off here, Vanity. First customers are getting off at the American Museum of Natural History. Yeah, no, nobody getting off. American Museum of Natural History. Be the first one. Here's 65 apartments here. We had several months ago 3-bedroom here going for $8 million. And then they can rent those to somebody. Make a lot of money. Right, even if you don't rent them out, you still pay thousands of dollars for common charges. The real estate taxes. So you kind of need to have a lot of money coming in if you want to live in the area here on the left side here.
Isso aqui é neve no Central
We
Park.
call this area here Central Park West, and this area here is called Central Park West. It's 8th Avenue, and this area here is known as Central Park West. If you live here, on your right side, this is your front yard, right? Central Park is your front yard.
Não tá.
Yeah, to put on that poncho, you must be a rocket scientist. You've been trying the last 30 minutes. Look like those ponchos are frozen too. There you go, finally made it. So Manhattan is actually a vertical city. If you've been to Midtown Manhattan, most of you, not all of you have been, look around, you'll notice that Manhattan has mostly tall buildings. Birthplace of skyscrapers. Nowadays you have skyscrapers all around the world, but essentially the ideas of skyscrapers took root here in Manhattan because the island is only 12 miles long, 22 square miles. There is no space to expand horizontally, so the sky basically can build as high as possible.
Não dá, não aparece.
And on the left side here is the beginning of the American Museum of Natural History. Millions of years old. It's on the left
É que
side.
aqui tá embaixo da árvore.
It's not so much a
Esperar outro
man-made
lugar.
material or stuff you get here. It's all
Passou todo
natural
branquinho,
stuff.
vidro, capô.
And on the entrance on the left side here to the museum is a Christian statue of Teddy Roosevelt, America's 26th president. The riders of San Juan Hill in Cuba.
É que o vidro tá molhado, né?
And in 1901 became the president.
Tira uma foto.
Before that he was a police commissioner. So we're going to make a stop in a minute at the American Museum of Natural History. If you get up at the American Museum of Natural History, you want to go back to Midtown Manhattan, either you can wait for the bus or where we drove.
Yeah, no, you're right.
Oh, it must be taking nice pictures up here. Using the rear open section of the bus. On your left side here is Bell's Fort. This is Jerry Seinfeld lives on the left side here. If you're familiar with Jerry Seinfeld, so he lives on the left side here. Oh, you guys are from Germany, Stuttgart, Germany. Is that where BMW come from? Mercedes. Oh, BMW, where does it come from? What city? Munich. Oh, Munich is BMW. Stuttgart is Mercedes. Porsche. Porsche still exists? Oh, it does? Have you ever seen in the city here? In the city here? Check the cars, how many Porsche you see here? Hardly see any. You're lucky to see one every 100 years. Honestly, you don't see many of the Porsche in the city here. Maybe it's because the cities are not ideal. There are certain cars you don't see much of those in the city here. Porsche is one of them, not many. If you drive outside the city, maybe in an open road, but in Manhattan. So this is Central Park on the right side. It's about 2 miles north-south, 2.5 miles. Across is half a mile. And to maintain this park here is about $25 million a year. Just to maintain the park here is $25 million. And the population in this neighborhood here is about 250,000. This area here is called Upper West Side of Manhattan. Population of New York City as a whole, how many people live in New York City? 8.5 million people. In Manhattan, 1.5. Remember, we have 5 boroughs. Brooklyn has the most, 2.5 million. Queens, 2.3. The Bronx, same as Manhattan, Staten Island, 500,000. So altogether, about 8.5 million people live in the city. Our subway system carries about 7 million passengers a day. New York City has the largest subway system in the world. You know, covers all the 5 boroughs, meaning most people come to work in the village. They can choose their own hours, and then they have to work, cover the cost of the cab, and anything they make beyond that is their own money. And the like, man. We have others, car service companies that complement these yellow cabs. However, only the yellow cabs are allowed to pick you up when you raise your hand on the street. Others you have to call. They have to come pick you up only after you call them. Only yellow cabs in Manhattan allowed to pick you up. But if you go outside Manhattan, we have all kind of car services. Dollar cabs take you around. Much more different. This is a organization, global initiative. And the next block on the left, not the whole Harlem is huge actually. Part of Harlem has all these beautiful brownstone houses. Here on the left side, if you can see those houses on the left side, these are all Dutch architectural style here on the left side. And they're also part of the historic district. If you buy, you have to renovate. Just like the guy on the corner here did on the right side here. See the last building on the right side here, just this last section near the corner there. That guy renovated it, did a pretty good job. Kept that house just the same way it used to be. Most of these brownstone houses are not so you know, they're old houses. So the owners essentially, they renovate them. They're built using mostly masonry, very thick. And they make essentially thick walls, provide some privacy. In other words, make those apartments, those houses soundproof, which is important in the city because many of the buildings in the city, the walls are very thin. Meaning if you have noisy neighbors, you hear everything they say. Sometimes it can be very noisy. Like for instance, just years ago, someone moved to my apartment and this guy, just 2 days after he moved in, 2 o'clock in the morning, made so much noise, you know, playing music. One time I was so tired and I was so angry, kept my mouth shut. Yes, anyone going to Harlem Market, folks? Anyone getting off Harlem Market? On the right side here. It's mostly, the market on the right side here sells mostly goods from West Africa. There's a fish market here, but the small market on the right side here sells goods mostly from West Africa. Look like they're closed. They're open? Oh, okay. So in any case, what I did to this guy, because you know, he makes so much noise, the next day I woke up in the morning, I didn't bother to knock at his door or whatever. I went to an electronics store, bought 2 powerful speakers, connected them to my TV, and I slept with the remote control, and I played the speakers to face his apartment. Sure enough, a day later, when he began to play music in the midnight, this is Central Park. This is still Central Park. If you're getting married next year, on the right side here, you can come take beautiful pictures. Look on the right side, you see that lawn covered in the snow? This one, this area that is pretty much loved by those getting married here. You can come and take some nice pictures. Beautiful gardens on the right side here. If you come during the fall or spring season, beautiful around here when the flowers are in full bloom. On your left side is a Spanish museum. This is El Barrio Spanish Museum on our left side. Fifth Avenue essentially has a lot of museums. The reason is because this area was home to millionaires. Beginning of the 1900s, used to be lined with so many mansions around here. It was extreme wealth. And on the lower side, extreme poverty. On the upper east side, extreme wealth, extreme poverty. In between, Midtown Manhattan was like a DMZ zone. You can see when you go shopping nowadays, man. Fifth Avenue, very expensive. You go to Midtown, 34th Street, Macy's, reasonable prices. You go to Chinatown, prices are lower. So that's more or less reflect the cost, you know. And because the area used to have so many mansions around here, what happened was descendants from those millionaires did not like those mansions. You know why? Because they were based on the ways of the old world and the class system. And young Americans said, man, that's not me. Too much compliant. Everybody had to know his place. Like if you saw the Titanic, you know the Titanic? Said, no. Like, you know, when you look at Bill Gates, you look at the way he's wearing, you wouldn't think he's a billionaire. But Charles applies, he said, look, I have money, but, you know, that's the resource. And like, another reason why those mansions did not survive so well was because of the elevator. Elevator is one of the great equalizers. Because those elevators made it possible to get rid of the slums of the Lower East Side. In the same small space, you can build a tall building. Everybody will have a good apartment, and there's a standard for that heating and everything. And the same thing happened here. Had a nice mansion, friends visit you, they come inside and say, oh, these are beautiful, elaborate staircases. And they look at you and say, wow, by the way, this building on the left side here, that brown building, is the International Center of Photography. If you look on the left side, you'll see a beautiful mansion right here on the left side. See this building in the corner here? This is another beautiful mansion that remains here. Later on it was donated to the theological seminar, Jewish theological seminar. And later on became a Jewish museum. This is one of the beautiful mansions in the area, especially when you look at the roof out there. It looks so beautiful. It almost looks like the Plaza Hotel. And it's well preserved because it's a museum. And they like it. Look at the windows here on the right side here. It's about 3-4 levels. And inside the park here, if you've not been to inside the park, we have a water reservoir that feed all the fountains in Central Park. It's known for the water that you use in the city. And after the death of Jacqueline Kennedy Onassis, the name here was changed in her honor, called Jacqueline Kennedy Onassis Water Reservoir. You can see the wall on the right side is around that water reservoir. It's about 1.5 mile in diameter. So you got to be seated. If anything happened on the first can be dangerous to be seated at the first most. On the left side is the Guggenheim Museum. Come on the left side here, designed by French. They loaded on the truck and we deported to the Bronx. 2 days later, their neighbors, which were yeah, when it snows, you know, it's kind of heavy, you know, for the branches, pretty heavy. These trees are right here, but in some sections, meaning in a suburb too, some of the trees can be huge, but the roots are not that deep. You know why? Because it's concrete around, the roots are not so deep, and therefore it's very easy for the trees to fall. But around here, they're all right. You guys coming up? Yeah. Okay, hold on to the rail guard to make sure you're safe. I don't know how much you can see up here. You can see if you look behind. The front, you hardly see anything. So from Central Park Zoo to 59th Street is about 10 minutes walk, man. At least you can listen to something. So Central Park has literally thousands of trees, by the way, about 25,000 trees belonging to 148 varieties. Took close to 20 years to build this park, designed by Caribou and Olmsted's. Work together here, build this design and build this park here, Prospect Park, another park in Staten Island, as well as in other parts of America. Did you guys enjoy the tour? Because this tour has come to an end. Almost. This tour has almost, right? Sometimes we mess up with Mother Nature and Mother Nature strikes back. It's amazing, you know, on this planet life is very resilient, man. This planet that we call home, very strong forces that are active here. If you plan to go to Shaw's Toy Store, that's the building behind us. See that white marble building? That's where Shaw's Toy Store is, Apple Store is there, CBS, where Morning Show is taped, is also in the same area, right behind us there. And on our left side here, coming on our left side here, famous Plaza Hotel. This corner building here was built in 1907. Designed by the same architect who designed the Dakota House. Designed this hotel here 20 years later. Dakota House.